Hey, welcome back viewers. Let's see the new topic in this particular video called dictionary. So this is another Python data structure that it's very important and used very frequently across the Python programming. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss about some basic understanding on the dictionary part. We'll understand some features about dictionary, then how to create the dictionary, how we can access the element of the dictionary, specifically how we can access the keys separately or a value separately, or both how we can access together. If there are multiple dictionary, or if we have a nested things, how we can traverse. Then if you want to append some element into the dictionary, or if you want to update any specific element of the dictionary, or if you want to delete any element of the dictionary. So all these operation we are going to cover in this particular video, right? So let's start first. Let's try to understand what is dictionary. So dictionary is a Python data structure which is specifically used to store the elements in the key value format. Okay, so where key will be an unique identity that will help us to fetch that particular value, right? So key should be unique across your dictionary, and to key we can use either any constant, or it could be a string, or it could be a tuple. Any element which is immutable, that is something we can use it as a key. And then value could be anything. Okay, value could be a normal number, string, list, nested list, even dictionary, tuple. All the type of data can be there as a value of the dictionary. So now let's understand few basic features of the dictionary. First of all, dictionary is a unordered collection. Okay, why we say unordered? Because we don't store all the dictionary element in the memory in a sequential order. Okay, that it could be anywhere in the memory. Simply you have to just go ahead and access via key. Okay, it doesn't matter whether those are sequentially or not, right? Then the next thing we also need to understand about a dictionary is dictionary key should be immutable and value could be anything, right? So let's see how we can create a dictionary, right? So first of all, let's understand how to create an empty dictionary. To create an empty dictionary, you can use a curly bracket. Okay, so if you see the type of this particular variable, it's a dictionary, right? There is another way to create an empty dictionary. What we can use a dictionary function, right? So these are the two ways to create an empty dictionary. If you have data, we can simply go ahead and put it in the key value format. So key could be either integer, string, or any immutable. So let's say use something like this. Okay, I'll use the key as a value as 100. So here you can see colon is a separator between key and value. And if you want to add multiple element, here comma is the separator for multiple values. So let's say I'm using B as a key, 200 as a value, right? So we can have a key as a number as well. So this is also perfectly fine, right? So here 1 is a key and 300 is a value. We can have a tuple also as a key. This is also perfectly fine, right? So this is how you can create a dictionary, right? So now if you want to access any element, how you can access? Simply you can do my dictionary of that element, let's say 1. You can see we got the value. You don't need to traverse it one by one. If you know the key, you just go ahead and provide that key and you will be able to access the element of that particular value, right? Now there are a lot of functions provided by the dictionary object. So we already know, right? If you want to see the list of functions that we can use on top of that particular dictionary object, you can just use that object name, right? So this will list out all the functions that are provided. So these are some functions which are available that we can use to perform some operation on the dictionary, right? So this clear, it's a very simple. This is basically simply just remove, it will remove all the elements of the dictionary, right? Then copy is used to copy the dictionary from from one dictionary to another dictionary, right? So we'll see one by one all the functions. So first of all, if you have this dictionary, right? So this is our dictionary. If you want to access the element, so basically we can use an for loop, right? So if I do simply for x in my dictionary, so So basically by default, it will just simply return a keys. Okay, you can see only keys it is returning. Okay, so this is a one way of getting only key, or we have function as well. You can just simply do something like this. For key in my dictionary dot keys, we have one function dot keys, that is also you can use to get the only keys from the dictionary. If you want to get only values, that's again very simple. For val in my dictionary dot values, so this is another function we have. So this will return only values, right? Let me just print the individual value now. Here you can see we are able to get the all the values as well. Now if you want to get both, we have items function. So how you can use it, let me just write it here. My dictionary dot value, item, we have one function items. So basically what this item function does, it will create a list of tuples, and that tuple would be a tuple will contain two elements. One is a key and another one is a value, right? So we already know the tuple unpacking, right? So if you send one tuple here, automatically there are two values. So unpacking will happen. Key will be assigned to the first variable, value will be assigned to the second variable. And if you just print both this value, you will see we are able to get the all this value individually, right? So we got the key separately, values separately, right? So this is how these three function you can use it to traverse the dictionary, right? So now how to delete the element of the dictionary. So we have del keyword that we can use, that simply you can use my dictionary, let's say my dictionary of 1. So if you do this, it will be able to delete that particular element from the dictionary. Okay, this is one way. Otherwise, if you see the list of functions, okay, we have a pop item function, we have a pop function, those also we can use it, right? So let's understand what those functions are. If you use a pop function, what does it mean by? So this pop function, what it is saying is, it will remove an element, that is whatever key we passed. It will go ahead and just remove that element from that particular dictionary. But while removing, it will also return us the value. If the key is not there, and if you are provided the default value, it will return that default. Otherwise, key error will be there, right? So for example, let's say I'm passing the key as A. So it will simply go and remove that particular element, and it will also return the value. So if you go back and just print the dictionary, you can see that particular element got removed. But now let's say I'm just trying to do that again. Okay, pop, and this time also I'll just again pass the value A. So you can see now it is returning the key error that this particular element is not there. If you want to avoid the key error, you can just pass some default value, let's say 10. So if key is not there, it will just return that default value. So if you want to avoid an termination of your program, it's better to handle this way, right? So this you can use the pop like this. Now we have another function to remove, that is pop item. So pop item, what does this function says? Remove and return the pair as a tuple. Pairs are returned in the last in first order. That means whichever element is added last, that will be removed. So simply if you run my dictionary pop item, you can see the last element that is got removed. Now in our dictionary, we have simply one element, right? Now to get a specific element, we know that we can just use my dictionary of, let's say, B, right? So it is returning the value. But now let me try something like this. I'll just try to get a key which is not there. My dictionary of, let's say, BB. Okay, this particular key is not there. So you can see it is returning the again exception. It is throwing exception. To avoid that throwing exception, what we can do is we have one more function called get. We can use this function. So if the key is there, simply it will return. But if the key is not there, it will not return anything. It will simply return none, right? So how this is going to be helpful? Because if you want to avoid the exception, this is the best way. Okay, otherwise you need to add an exception handling for this. Okay, if you are doing this, definitely not a problem. You can access this by using this way, or you can use a get method. But make sure if you don't want to write an exception handling, you have to use the get function, right? Perfect. So these are some basic operations that we can do with a dictionary. So I hope everyone understood and Just do the practice and you will be easily able to understand this. So thanks everyone for watching this particular video. If you are liking the video, just go ahead and subscribe the channel. Thanks everyone.